But as for me, you're the one, Lord. Our time will come till the end. I'ma always be right by your side. Boom. You know I'm the one. Is it I know you're the one? Wait. You know I'm the one. I know time will come. I see you. Anyways, I'm not gonna butcher the song. Sure, genge, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Nyanzumba, je l'etoile, and this is Uncomfortable Growth. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'd like for you to come back, you know, join the genge. You know what it is, you know what it does, you know what it do. Yeah, guys, so I'm beating my face. I'm actually running late. It's like 20 to 11. I need to leave the house at 11:30. I have a commitment at 12. What else? I'm beating my face because I'm gonna, you know, I'm doing stuff today that requires for my face to be big. It doesn't require, but you know. So disclaimer, I say this all the time when I do my makeup. This is no tutorial. Don't look at me. Don't ask me for anything. I'm not speaking about that. I'm just chopping to you guys while I do my makeup. This is also gonna be like, I don't want to say a rush job, but you know, I'm under pressure now. So you guys have been asking me for a story time and I've been very hesitant because like, guys, I don't necessarily have stories except for the one I'm going to tell you today. And I also don't want to get into the habit of oversharing. And also like, Joe, like next thing niggas don't ask me out on dates because they're like, yo, we fuck up on Gugu's channel. And that's not the chop, you know? But the genge, I mean, the genge has been asking and the genge has been growing rapidly. So I thought like, why not? And then I thought like this ties into my previous video about cool girls. This story, this was the moment where I said enough is enough. Yeah. So I just thought, you know, it's very fitting. Yeah, I don't really care for the niggas, so like there's no beef like that. It's quite funny. I can't believe I did everything that I did. Yeah. I can't believe I did everything that I did, yeah? So I'm gonna start you guys. Mara, doing eyebrows and talking is not even a thing. I'm gonna start you guys like right at the beginning, when we started. There were 2 Decembers, where I was, 2 consecutive Decembers where I was single. And you know guys, I didn't realize, only now did I realize, this nigga would always leave me in December. Yes, being slow, but now clarity is clear to see. So there were 2 consecutive Decembers where I was single. The first single December I had, like a church has been going, even go to fuck, you know? So I don't know if I met this boy then, that December, but that was the first time we kissed. So then the following year, that's December again, I'm single. But my attitude has changed now, you know? I'm no longer go-ishing. Also like my friends are like, enough is enough. You deserve to enjoy, like go off. It's December. So I'm like, okay. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do what my friends want me to do. Also, I'm gonna put myself out there, but not out there, but like if anything happens, it happens. Sure, guys. Remember how I told you like the first time I saw him, I wasn't like phased, like we kissed and I was like, oh, okay, cool. The second time I saw him, guys, he walked into the room, I said, that's the one. Yeah, I think, that night I was even with, I think Nana was there and Wayne was there and they know me really well. So I looked at them, I looked at him and they said, okay, sharp. I said, okay, sharp, cool. So again, we end up kissing that night. And I don't know if it's because like I was no longer go-ishing, but that kiss the following December was just significantly better. Yeah, guys, I see this guy, he's looking good. I'm like, yo, type yummy, start to finish, you know? I'm not gonna describe him, forget about that. So cool, we hook up and then I think I see him again like in that December, or yeah, like I see him on and off, you know, nothing hectic. Follow each other on Instagram, start DMing somehow, somewhere. Then I lay the trap, yeah? I'm like, okay, cool. I think I have like a little bit of a crush on this guy. So what does Gugu do? Gugu's like, sure, let me add this guy to my close friends. And I knew what I was doing. I knew very well. I don't want to say we were friends before, but like we were cool, you know, and that's what I like on my close friends, just cool people. So I add him to my close friends, nigga falls for the trap, you know the vibes. Come on, need expect man. And then we start speaking on Instagram DMs, you know, it's a good time. what. And then eventually we have to obviously move to like WhatsApp or iMessage. Fun fact about me, like I don't like to speak to guys on WhatsApp. Yeah, like if you're like more than a friend or have the potential to be more than a friend, I just like to keep it on iMessage. I don't know why. My friends don't want to iMessage me, even though I'm constantly asking them to iMessage me or WhatsApp me. So, you know, I just thought, okay, cool. Maybe I must put the boys in noise and toys in. I definitely did my eyebrows off camera just because speaking and doing that was not gonna work. It wasn't working for me, you know, and like I said, I'm pressed for time. Second time I see him, I'm very taken. We chat on Instagram. Yeah, I trap him there by close friends. He falls for the trap. Yeah. Yeah, now we're chopping. And then obviously now it's time for like, oh, I told you guys that we started iMessaging. Yes, because I'm not really a fan of niggas on WhatsApp. I don't know why. Oh man, yeah, it's just because I want to be able to speak to like someone on iMessage, you know, and my friends are wishing me. Cool vibes. Yeah, guys, so now we're iMessaging, right? So we're speaking like gang, like every day, you know, every day it's like gumnandi, you know the vibes. Getting to know one another. Nje. So cool, we're speaking, and then while we're speaking, I actually see him like sometime soon-ish after moving to iMessage, right? So I see him, and it's a good time, you know. I didn't see him in the capacity of like, let's go on a date, whatever. Like we were with other people, but I still had a good time. He had a good time, I think. And the moments we had alone were cute. So I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, shut up. And then after that, I don't see him for a bit because I come back to Cape Town. We're chopping, you know, gumnandi, and no pressure, just chops, bro. But now I'm realizing, I think I'm gonna start liking this guy, you know, because he's consistent. He is so consistent. Begangi, yo, he was so consistent. I can't even speak. He was so consistent, Oaks. Like, you know, messages every day, morning messages, reassurance. Oh, muhle namhlanje, you're going for heart, super supportive of all that I was doing at the time. You know, so now I'm just like, hey, Gugu, like, you're gonna this thing of wanting to be city girls all the time, you know? Here's a nigga and he seems to be moving correct. Seems, keyword, seems, yeah? So, alright, so now I'm like, okay, I have to take this one to the girls now, because now it's getting a bit serious. We're chatting every day, you know, reassurance, yeah, so now I'm like, okay, cool, soundboard. Now let me chop to the homies. Kateho, Nana Sibu. So I consult these hands. I'm like, oh, this is the situation, you know? Yeah, so my friends are like, okay, Goo, if you're having a good time and he's being consistent, like, don't be weird, don't push him away. Pushing niggas away is my whole thing. They're like, don't do that. I'm like, okay, sure. Nana on this side is telling me to fall. Yeah, friend, she's like, just fall. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. And I guess like, shame. Nana's the friend that always just wants me to have fun because I can be very reserved and not do things and just like not live sometimes. So yeah, my friend was obviously like, yo, Chomi. Also, I hadn't like spoken about a guy in that manner in a very long time. So they're like, hey? Huh? And then Nana was like, he's saying, Chomi, fall, yeah? So I'm like, hey, Chomi, I'm gonna fall, yeah? You know when you allow yourself to fall because you feel like this person is holding you. Like I'm falling, but like, oh, pete, I'm safe. Oh, lolo, I'm a dirt, yeah. So cool, yeah, now we're speaking every day, you know. Yeah, we've kind of said like we like each other, but nothing like hectic, you know. We're not at the point where we know what that even means. Like we like each other, cool, now what? Like, you know, no one is necessarily speaking about a relation at this point. I get it. Now, as we're speaking, we're obviously leaning towards wanting to see each other again and spending more time together. So in Joburg, obviously, guys, I live at home with my parents. I'm not gonna, and also, I don't have parents like that. My parents are black. There's no nigga who's going to come visit me in my pose without paying lobola. Forget about it. You guys can fetch me outside. That's the most that can happen. Inside, dream about it. Draw it. Yeah, so So now I'm thinking like, yeah, cool, we want to see each other, we want to be able to spend like time, you know, to see if we actually like each other, love each other like that or whatever, or you know, just quality time. So he also lives at home. He works, by the way, so he lives at home, whatever. So what does Google say? I'd like, disclaimer, at the time I was racked, so it made sense for me. Yeah. So yeah, we're shopping, and then eventually like we get to the point where we were now speaking about like booking an Airbnb and spending time together, whatever. I'm racked at the time, and obviously me being the cool girl that I am was, and because I liked him, I was like, oh, I'll handle that, you know. And I was liquid at the time, and I had a discount on Airbnb, so I was like, oh, clean, don't worry about that, I'll handle that, you know. Obviously, but when we were speaking, it was very like 50-50, like, okay, you'll handle that, like I'll do something else. I was like, okay, vibes. I get. Time goes on, and now like we're speaking every day, but it's weird, you know, when you speak to someone often but you don't see them, so you can't really like progress. Oh, before that, I've lied to you guys. I've lied. So guys, we're speaking every day. Gumnandi, your girl is falling. Your girl is a cool girl, wants to do everything for the boy. You know, cool girls come through. That's me and you. Okay, whatever. Then things get weird. Like we're speaking every day, and then I'll never, guys. Then there was a week where he just like, his responses were super slow. Guys, I'm no one's girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie. I can't, you know, I can't say to you like, oh my god, you're taking forever to reply. But I take notes of these things. I'm like, okay, cool. Just because, especially if I'm speaking to someone like that, if I take long to reply, naturally I'd be like, yo, I'm so sorry, like I'm just busy with a few things right now, you know, you'll have my attention later. Or when I do come back, I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry for mising, you know, I had a really hectic day. But I realized, no, this guy disappears and comes back and says nothing. I'm like, okay, cool, you know. Again, I'm no one's hand, so I'm like, okay, shut. And then I don't know, like that week was just like, those 2 weeks were weird. The old Google, guys, this was me trying to correct my past cool girlness, né? The old Google would have kept quiet and been like, oh, maybe it's me, maybe whatever. So I was like, nah, I was like, yo, something is definitely up. Like, what, like, you know, what's up? Like, talk to me. Nigga says, nah. Ooh, he says nothing is wrong. Guys, let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than speaking to someone all the time and then realizing that they're losing interest in you, and when you call them out on it, for them to say nah. It's like, I'm not crazy, you're gaslighting me, because something has changed. You clearly don't interact with me the way that you used to. You're not as consistent as you used to. You're not as reassuring as what you once were. So something is beating water, and I'm not crazy. Don't do that. Don't say it's nothing, because also if you say it's nothing and then, you know, as we move forward you act correct, that's one thing. But if you say it's nothing and you continue, it's clearly something. How are you able to be so present in the beginning and then not? Men. So yeah, I called it out the first time. He's like, nah. Give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm no one's hand. I'm not whining. I'm like, okay, sure. Fair. I kinking brothers. No, guys, and this thing continues. So now I'm even feeling weird in like communicating with him. Like I no longer know what I can do or say. I'm feeling weird about like calling. I'm just feeling weird. So I bring it up again. I'm like, Ejo, something is up. And you can't tell me something is not up, because I'm like, there's just a very clear change in your attitude or like how you interact with me. Like, what is up? I was even like, oh, I was like, mate, if you're not feeling it anymore, it's not that deep. Just tell me, secretly, man, keep it bright. You know, back to being a city girl. Like being a city girl, 110%. Obviously, I was, you know, cool. Yeah, and he's like, nah, it's nothing. So again, now I don't know if it's because I liked him or I don't know, but again I'm in the situation. I'm like, okay, Google, benefit of the doubt. I'm like, yo, Google, give him the benefit of the doubt, yada. We still speak, but like, and I can see he's trying, but we're not where we once were. Like, it's still weird, it's still off. I don't like to live in limbo. I don't like uncertainty. I've done that before and I vowed to myself I'll never do it again. So obviously we haven't seen each other for a while now, ne? Cool. Jiggy, I realize I have a meeting in Joburg. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm like, oh, I actually haven't seen my family in a while. So let me do both at the same time. Like, let me have this meeting and then go home for a bit because I haven't seen my family. Cool. And then obviously now, like, there's this man that I have to consider. Not consider, but like, there's this man I want to see. Deep down inside, I know I want to see him. Yeah? So now obviously there's this guy that I'm speaking to that I want to see. I obviously feel like I'm in limbo, but I think we both kind of felt like, because we're not seeing each other, we're in a weird space, but when we do see each other, like, things will come together. So, you know, Gugu has a meeting in Joburg, whatever. So now I'm like, cool, let me bash everything. Let me, you know, go to this meeting, let me see my family, let me also see this nigga. So I message him, I'm like, yo, there's a good chance that I'll be in the city on these dates. Let me know if you're available, if you're free. He says, yeah. And I'm actually like, BS aside, let me know if you actually just want to see me or if you want me to come to see you. No, okay, well, if you want to see me, like, let me know if you want to see me. Actually, let me keep it a buck with you guys. Reality is, I could have probably missed that meeting. I probably could have. And then gone home, like, you know, just now when I decide to go home. I didn't have to go home at the time. But I was like, oh, you know, I obviously also want to see this guy. So let me just do it all. You know, let me do it all at one time. So I'm like, my G, let me know. Because if you don't want to see me and if you would rather wait until like I move back to Joburg permanently to see if this is a thing, ngitshele, because then I won't come now. And I'll handle all my business at one time when I'm in Joburg, you know, like I can send my shit from Cape Town by road, whatever. He's like, nah, I want to see you, want to spend time with you. I'm like, oh, good to hear. Good to hear, cooks. They want to see you, they want to spend time with you. Alright, so I obviously had been feeling very skeptical about going, and yeah, again, I consult Sibu, Kat, and Nana, and they were just like, dude, we all came to the conclusion that like I just need to go for myself because I don't like being in limbo and I don't like being in a weird place. So rather I go and I just get the answers that I need. Now here's the catch. Nah. In order to go, I have to take a bus because I have to take things back home. And that's the only thing that makes sense, especially if I'm going to come home earlier than what I need to. So I'm like, okay, you know, I have to take a bus. But I'm also very aware that like I'm no longer just taking a bus because I'm going home to see my family and shit. I'm taking a bus because I want to see this nigga right now, you know? And that's a very big thing. Nayazi bus. Do you guys know a bus? Do you guys know a bus from Cape Town to Joburg? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And if you do, then you know? Anyways, the blue was making me anxious, so I thought let me just kind of deal with that for now off camera. I'm going to clean it up with foundation, so don't worry, I will not be looking this white. Okay, cool. So he says, no, I want to see you. Now I'm like, okay. Now obviously I have to take a bus, you know what I'm saying? But what is nice is like Kat also had to be in Joburg at the time. So Kat's like, yeah, no mate, I'm also gonna bamba bus. I'll bamba the bus with you. I'm like, yo guys, what a friend. So I'm like, okay, show me, hurry sentin, hurrying. I get kuku kibeli bus. Oh, also the moral of the story is Kat has been in a similar situation. She's spoken about it on my channel before, where she took a bus, like essentially for a nigga. If you're ever at the point in your life where you are considering taking a bus for a man, rather walk. You know? Or just don't go. Just don't do that. Don't ever do that. That's my piece of advice. Don't ever do that in your life. So guys, now a bus from Cape Town to Johannesburg is like 17 hours. You know, that's 17 hours on the road. You understand what I'm saying? 17, in my mind, I'm like, this is 17 hours for a nigga. Like, cool, I know that I have like actual commitments in Joburg, but I'm well aware that I've pushed for this to happen now. So it feels like I'm on the bus for him and him alone. Yeah, So guys, obviously now I'm on this bus, and just before the trip, I was very like, I'm pessimistic when it comes to men. I'm always just like, ugh. Like, always just expect the worst, you know? So yeah, I was busy playing worst case scenario, and my friends are like, nah, Paula, Alex, the Tabo were like, nah, relax, you know? It's not gonna be like that. You can't be negative. Cool, so I try to be positive, but now I'm on the bus for 17 hours alone with my thoughts. Kat is behind me, but she's behind me. It's me and my thoughts now. So now I'm just like, yo, guys, there was a point where I just wanted to get off the bus and be like, this is ridiculous. This is so far from being a city girl. I'm disgusted. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this, you know? But then I'm like, Paula, like, you're going for other things and you might have a really good time. Also, I obviously have friends in Joburg, so I was like, yo, you could see them if things don't, whatever. I'm on this bus for 17 hours. The bus is flying, so I think like we did the trip in like 14, 15 hours. Cool, Safia, Josie, Kat's dad picks us up, drops me off at the Airbnb. Obviously now it's like showtime. Now I'm like, wow, okay, you're really here? You know, you're really gonna see this nigga. I spawn again. Also, I booked the Airbnb again because like I was racked and I had a discount, but I was also just like, you know what? I don't want to go 50-50. Not that he offered to pay for it or like to contribute anything. I was also just very aware that like if things don't go well, I just want to have the space to myself. Like I want to be able to kick him out and that's it. Like, cool, invite my friends over or do whatever else I want to do in that space, to be honest. I'm all about self-preservation, you know, so I'm just like, okay, if it doesn't work out, at least there's a clean plan B. You know, I booked the space, so there's not going to be anything, no weird vibes, no, you know, I wanna say. I attempted my eyeliner off camera just because, again, speaking and doing stuff like that doesn't work for me. I'm gonna clean it up, don't stress. So one, normally, just within my friendship group, we normally don't like each other's niggas or bites, you know? Just because niggas are niggas. What can we say? You know? Ritlaring. Sure, sharp, but the crazy thing about this guy is that Kat and Sibu actually liked him. And like for Sibu to actually like a nigga, actually even Kat, just for my friends to be like, you know what, yeah, guys, they even gave him a nickname. That's how well he sold himself. Like he bamboozled all of us, or every single one. Even Nana was a bit down, you know what I'm saying? She's there telling me to fall, yeah? Alright, so guys, I take a shower, you know, so should I go 5? Right. So obviously, oh, also, in the week, like before I arrive, he kind of mentions handling alcohol or like handling the next weekend. So I'm like, okay, cool, shot. Guys, I'm there at the Airbnb. I can't remember what time it is, but he messages me like, yo, I still need to go past the Airbnb. I'm like, my brother, past the bottle store. I'm like, my brother, the bottle store is closed. It's closed. It's closed. So obviously, guys, when someone tries to go 5 p.m., you know, and you're waiting for them, and they know that you're waiting for them, you would assume that like umuntu would be at the Airbnb by like, I don't know, like at least 5:30 to 6. If it were me and a nigga took a bus for me and I liked him, guys, I'd be at that door at 5:05 and give me like, hi babe, welcome home, you know. So obviously you would think that those are the vibes. So 5 figure, he knocks off, and now it's like 6, but he's still speaking to me, you know. And then it's just after 6 and he's like to me, yo, sorry, I have to handle something and I have to see a friend. I'm cool, just let me know. You know, at the time I was cool with it because I was just like, yeah, I was expecting the bare minimum. I just wanted him to pitch. Do you see? Cool, guys. This is where Ashuba. I get to, he messaged me about running errands past 6. Okay, so let's say 6:30 to 7:30. Nothing. No message, just vibes. No message, just vibes. 6:30 or 7:30 or 8:30, 9:30. Kat sends me a message and she's like, friend, how's it going? You know, because she obviously assumes that he's there. And I say lol. She sends me a message, she says I never. She calls me one time, cool. Get Sibo on the line, it's a 3-way call now. Everyone's like, no, like what do you mean? You took a bus for this nigga, he knocks off at 5 p.m. Why is he still not at your place? Whatever. I'm like, yo, he said he's doing stuff. Obviously Sibu's there like, no, that's not how it works, you know. Like you should have gotten your stuff done way before. Cause he knew you were coming. He knew you were taking a 17-hour bus. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm hearing the wows. Now I'm like, yeah, they're energizing me. I'm like, actually, you know what? Yeah, I must see Malawa. Let me go off. Let me do what I have to do. Shab! Because my girlies are backing you. Also, before I drop the phone, guys, also when I say 7:30, 8:30, 9:30 of silence, not a, like, I don't know where he is, what he's doing. Like, cool, he told me he was running errands, but at no point did I think that they would you'd be running errands until this time of the night. And if something happened, my nigga, let me know. That's all. Let me know. Yeah, and then before I drop the phone, Kat said to me, friend, I hope you also understand that if this nigga pulls up without like flowers, a bottle of wine, sweets, anything really, that's a problem. Like it's extremely rude. Guys, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like I was so gone in my coolness that I just wanted him to arrive. You know, I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I deserve flowers. Like, oh wait, Goo, I booked the bus, paid for an Airbnb. Like the least the nigga can do is, for a nigga essentially, the least he can do is obviously pull up with flowers, you know? So Kat puts this in my ear now. It's 9:45, I sent a message. I'm like, yo, like I know you said you were handling business, but obviously this is just becoming a bit rude. The fact that you're not even thinking to update me is wild. Like also, are you just safe? Like there's so many things running through my mind. Like what is up? He's like, no, I'm so sorry, I'm on my way. I just left wherever. Yeah, figure boy. Guys, ask me. Ufike njani boy? Ufike izandla egoqile. Why are his hands goqile? Ngoba akaphethanga lutho. Guys, in my cool girl video, you know how we're saying like you cry for iqanda and you get less? Angithola ngine fish oil. Nothing. Comes as himself. Obviously, he's very apologetic for being late or whatever. Tries to explain that. Also, like at that time, I felt that I'd pulled back. I was just like, ugh. I also don't like to be disappointed, especially by men. So I was like, you know, it's okay, whatever. So he apologizes, whatever. Sharp doesn't bring anything. You know, this nigga's walking around the Airbnb telling me how nice it is, what a nice space it is. Has he said thank you? Okay. He's walking around like, yo, this space is so nah, no flowers in sight. I could have drawn myself a rose, rather. Cool. And it's crazy again because we've had conversations which would make me think that he would know to do these things, you know? So cool, we chill for the night. I'm obviously just a bit put off. But I don't want to while. I don't like whiling, especially niggas, especially if you're not my nigga. I'm like, ugh, dude, whatever. So, but I've already realized, like in my mind, I've made a note that like, I don't want this nigga in my space anymore. So I wake up in the morning, I wake up early because I'm like, I know I need to get this nigga out because I'm not doing this. And I paid for this Airbnb and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm sorry. Cool. I wake up to a message from Nana. She's like, yo, our mate needs us. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm there. I say, pick me up at this time, baby. Guys, I wake up and I'm literally like, I roll over. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I have like a situation with a friend. I'm going to need you to leave right now. Cool, so he leaves. Alright, so obviously I see Nana. We speak about it. You know, I've spoken to Kat and Sibu about it. Yeah, and like, I don't know, I was very, not unfazed, but I think that I needed that just because I realized this thing of me always putting myself out and like wanting to do more for people who say they would do the same and end up not doing it needs to end. So yeah, I was at peace. I was just like, you know what, I tried. This was a pretty grand gesture, like, you know, traveling, taking a 17-hour bus to see someone and like booking an Airbnb. It's quite the gesture. And if he can't even think to bring flowers, like, ugh, the relationship is doomed, Oaks. Like, I'm gonna be whiling for everything. And I don't want that. I want someone who's thoughtful and who can think to do these things for me. Right? Guys, I need you guys to pay attention to the timeline here. Okay? He leaves the Airbnb at 11. So when he leaves, I'm like, yo, I'll let you know if I can see you later. Because obviously I thought we'd have the conversation, obviously. Like, I'm not that, you know? Like, I hate confrontation, but I obviously understood that it had to happen. So he leaves and I'm like, yo, I'll let you know what time I'm seeing you later or like whatever. He leaves at 11. I said, let me know when you're home. I will. Saying clearly 12 and I'm like, okay, this guy hasn't messaged me to say he's home. But like, I'm also busy with my friend. I'm busy with Nana. So I don't message him and then eventually it hits me again. Now it's 2:30. I'm like, no man, this guy didn't tell me that he's home. So I message him, go 2:30, humming or 11. I'm like, yo, are you safe? You home safe? He's like, yo, I'm so sorry. I got home. I passed out. I literally just woke up to your message. Maybe that's the truth. Rather coincidental to me, you know? Cool. So then we chop. And then eventually I realized the other day that like, I actually don't want to, there's no need for me to see him. We can just have like a conversation, you know, on the phone. Like it's actually, he put me off. Like I didn't want him in my space again. So guys, I chill the day with my friends. I even know where I was. I know who was in the room. It's 10 p.m. I pick up my phone. So now I'm like, Google, stop avoiding this and like actually just message him and tell him that like, that wasn't cool, you know? And like maybe he doesn't like you as much as what he thought. Like it's not that deep. Just end it. Just did it. okay, all right. So I pick up my phone, I'm writing a thesis. I even say notes. I'm like, hey, you know, like, I'm obviously just disappointed. I would have thought that you'd have thought to do these things and not keep me waiting, and like, also not keep me waiting and not give me an update. It's just, everything just seems very entitled and very rude. So I'm very calm in the message. Again, he's not my nigga. I'm not gonna lie. Nizwile, I kicked him out. He left at 11. He got home at 2:30. That's when he messaged, or I messaged him and he messaged me. And then I sent him the breakup at 10 p.m. You know? So now I'm feeling good. I'm like, you know what? You got the answers, Google. It isn't what you thought it was. And that's okay. That's life. Don't beat yourself up about it. And I'm with my friends. I'm having fun. They're making me laugh. You know, they know Guti. Wow, they go shuba for the girl. So everyone's just doing their part. Grand. Wonderful. Now it's like, it's 2 days after the day I like ended things with him. So I don't know, Nana calls me, she says, my friend. I say, my friend. And when Nana hits me with that, my friend, I know. Nana's like, my friend. I say, my friend. She's like, when did you end things with this guy? I say, friend, on the following day, Saturday night. She's like, no, what time? Hey, so now I'm obviously going to the archives. I'm looking for messages. I'm like, friend, I see this message at 7 minutes past 10 at night. Why? My friend, at 5 p.m. that day, he threw for someone that we know. Someone I have a relationship with also. I'm like, oh. Also, which is crazy because when he had left my place, the agreement was to see each other later. Like only at 10 p.m. was I like, actually, there's no need for us to see each other. I'm just gonna like end it here, you know? No, good to know he threw for, you know, someone we know, someone I have a personal relationship with. So now I'm trying like manje ngidelela. Ngithatha ibhasi ngibookie Airbnb, I'll let you try, I'll let him badly next, and then you have the audacity to go throw for someone that I know. Please. Cool, I'm cool, calm and collected, but I was like, not like that. So now obviously now I have to unblock. Block him and I go off. Now I'm fully like, you take me for a puss. There's no ways. There's no ways that you left my Airbnb on Saturday, then you go throw for someone I know very well. Which one is that one? Which one? Also, I think at that point I'm like, oh, this nigga didn't say thank you. Like he didn't say thank you for booking the Airbnb or like thank you for seeing me. Like nothing. Like dololo, anda, fish oil. So now I'm going off. I'm literally like, nah, man, you're disrespectful. Like, you can't do that. Yeah, I'm not articulating myself well right now, but I did in the message. I was just like, nah, forget about me. Gabi, block. And that was a situation which made me realize I'm never gonna be a cool girl. So yeah, I think I needed that. Cause also you know what, guys? Sometimes you need to be reminded that the game is cold. And wow, I was reminded very quickly, and I needed that reminder, yeah, just because I'd been so out of it that like I didn't necessarily know how things go on the streets anymore, and I learned very quickly. So that was my situation, and like I'm never gonna be a cool girl. I obviously like I don't regret anything that I did because I know that I did it with pure intentions, and like yeah, I'm not beating myself up just because I know that like he allowed for me to fall-ish, you know? Like he was very consistent in the beginning, very reassuring, and then obviously jiggy, heavy. He flipped the switch and obviously didn't let me know. Also, the craziest thing was that like on the Saturday when I sent that 10 p.m. message, like ending it, yeah, well, brothers, yeah, responded, Ati, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry, and I'd like to have the chance to prove it to you. Men love to be sorry. And guys, no one works harder than a sorry nigga. Oh, also, if you want to see what a nigga is fully capable of, wait until he fucks up and he's sorry, because that's when he's gonna do the most for you. Yeah, so that was my situation, and that's when I realized I'm never gonna do that ever again in my life. You know, don't regret it. Ended up having a great trip, nonetheless, an amazing trip, actually. So yeah, that is my story time. That is what happened to me. I'm in a really good place. Like, I also think that before I started speaking to this guy, like I really, you know, relationship FOMO was grabbing me. Like every day on the timeline, it's the photos, it's the posts. And I have friends who are in like really good relationships right now. So, you know, I was just like, yo, sabaweli. Now, get right. Get right. Like, I'm dating in the sense that I'm open to getting to know people and like just having conversations and going on dates and enjoying people, but like dating people, you know? I'm not enjoying mucho. or one. In a relationship, I think not. And I'm also like, I don't, you know, at the end of the day, like, obviously he sucks for coming late and all of that stuff, but he never asked for me to do what I did, and I'm well aware of that. I think that obviously, again, we've had conversations which would make me think that he would have received what I did differently, or just been honest, I don't know. Yeah, and I'm very aware that cool girlness comes, you know, we can't necessarily blame niggas. Guys, you give a nigga a hand, he'll take an arm. Like, a nigga will just try to get away with murder. That's it. And if you don't set a precedent in the beginning and say, like, this is what I want, this is what I expect, then a man won't do that. Like, men like to do nothing. Like, it's nice to chill. So, again, I don't necessarily blame him in that sense, because, you know, I'm the person who likes to be complacent and, like, not wild and all of that stuff. Obviously, that's not me anymore, so forget about that. Draw me on that one. Yeah. I've learned that, like, being superly accessible to men doesn't do anything for you, so like, don't do it, you know. There's just this guys, there's nothing good about being a good, like, a cool girl. I know we all want to be gone girls, but let us be gone girls for niggas that, like, at least see us, you know what I'm saying, for niggas who at least can buy us flowers. But yeah, like I said, I'm in a really good space right now. I also think that I just have, like, a lot on my table, so I'm not necessarily sure that I could even consider, like, journering. I'm just, like, super busy. I'm also like I'm like emotionally detached a bit. Like, I can't take niggas seriously right now, you know. Yeah, I think that this is what I'm gonna go with. If I need to fix it, I will definitely do so later. I'm just, like, busy. My hair is just not doing what it needs to do. Maybe I should actually keep this in the video, because you guys, like, I'm always being asked how I tie my high ponies. And this is how I do it. And then I'll just, like, tuck the piece of hair somewhere. Sorry, I could feel that wasn't tight enough. Also, like, I think I like high ponies because it's just like an instant, like, facelift, like. But guys, that is all. Moral of the story: don't be a cool girl. Cool girls get nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, luto, dololo, I need panda, I need fish oil. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. Yeah, I'm gonna dash, cause you know I got places to go, people to see, money to make. You know how it be. Okay, guys, bye.